This video is about Neville Goddard quotes on getting your desire. To become the master of your assumptions is the key to undreamed of freedom and happiness. You can attain this mastery by deliberate conscious control of your imagination. You determine your assumptions in this way. Form a mental image, a picture of the state desired, of the person you want to be. Concentrate your attention upon the feeling that you are already this person. First, visualize the picture in your consciousness. Then, feel yourself to be in that state as though it actually formed your surrounding world. By your imagination, that which was a mere mental image is changed into a seemingly solid reality. All you need do is assume you have what you want. Then dare to walk in that assumption, and if it takes 1,000 people to aid its birth, they will appear and play their parts, not knowing why or what they do. They will do it without their permission or consent. Dare to believe in the reality of your assumption and watch the world play its part relative to its fulfillment. Disregard all evidence of your senses that deny the fulfillment of your desire. Rest in the assumption that you are already what you want to be. Be perfectly indifferent to the evidence of the senses. If this assumption is persisted in until it becomes your dominant feeling, the attainment of your ideal is inevitable. If you will become self-persuaded that your desire is already granted, even though it is denied by the outer senses, it will become a fact. I do not know how it will objectify itself or when. I only know that when imagination is raised to the state of vision, the thing is done. You have the power to live by faith or by sight. If you live by sight, accepting everything that happens, you remain an automaton, unable to change the conditions and the events in your world. Only as you begin to live by faith will your life change. Contemplate the ideal state and identify yourself with it. An assumption, though false, if sustained, will harden into fact. Simply dare to assume that you are, for your assumptions, although denied by your senses, if persisted in, will become externalized facts in your life. You must assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled until your assumption has all the sensory vividness of reality. You must imagine that you are already experiencing what you desire. That is, you must assume the feeling of the fulfillment of your desire until you are possessed by it, and this feeling crowds all other ideas out of your consciousness. Always go to the end, dwell in the end, and you will hurt no one. But if you try to devise the means, you are, well, messing the whole thing up. Your assumption to be effective cannot be a single act. It must be a maintained attitude of the wish fulfilled. If I walk as if in my inner world and act as though I have it in my outer world, the materialization of my desire is inevitable. Denying the evidence of the senses and appropriating the feeling of the wish fulfilled is the way to the realization of your desire. As the end is accepted, you become totally indifferent as to possible failure, for acceptance of the end wills the means to that end. As you capture the feeling of the state sought, you are relieved of all effort to make it so, for it is already so. You cannot persist in wanting what you already have. Your desire is the solution of your problem. As the desire is realized, the problem is dissolved. If you will assume your desire and live there as though it were true, no power on earth can stop it from becoming a fact. This imaginary experience of the end with acceptance wills the means. The fourth dimensional self then constructs with its larger outlook the means necessary to realize the accepted end. You must make your future dream a present fact by assuming your wish fulfilled. Your faith is your fortune. When you enter the state you desire to express and believe it is true, no earthly power can stop it from objectifying itself. Practice the art of imagining, and you will discover you can go anywhere and enter any time without the aid of anyone. Move into your imagination and people will respond. Dare to believe in the reality of your assumption and watch the world play its part relative to its fulfillment. Assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled and observe the route that your attention follows. Only as one is willing to give up his present limitations and identity can he become that which he desires to be. Imagination and faith are the secrets of creation. Do not waste one moment in regret, for to think feelingly of the mistakes of the past is to reinfect yourself. Let the dead bury the dead. Turn from appearances and assume the feeling that would be yours were you already the one you wish to be. To desire a state is to have it. Man, by assuming the feeling of his wish fulfilled, alters his future in harmony with his assumption. For assumptions, though false, if sustained, they will harden into fact. The undisciplined mind finds it difficult to assume a state which is denied by the senses. So without the consent of anyone, you can move from where you are to where you would like to be by a simple change of attitude. But your move must be fixed, so that when you wake or sleep you remain in that attitude, for the state to which your thoughts constantly return constitutes your dwelling place, and your world is forever externalizing your dwelling place. Until imagination becomes a part of your normal, natural currency of thought, you will not act consciously. Like breathing, this awareness must become so much a part of you that you will not turn to the left or the right to praise or blame anyone. When you know this presence, it will not matter if you started life behind the 8 ball or in a palace, as a poor or a rich child. you will realize that life is always externalizing what you are imagining. Go to the end and assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Don't ask anyone to help you. Ask no one if it is right. If you like it, assume you have it. Remain faithful to your assumption, and that being who is going to erupt in you will take you to that end. If you find yourself moving from your fulfilled desire, go back to it, and once more assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Do this, and your assumption will harden into fact. The time it takes your assumption to become fact, your desire to be fulfilled, is directly proportionate to the naturalness of your feeling of already being what you want to be, of already having what you desire. Nothing stops you from realizing your objective but the failure to feel that you are already that which you wish to be, or that you are already in possession of the things sought. Your subconscious gives form to your desires only when you feel your wish fulfilled. Quotes by Neville Goddard.